Hey, what's up? We're Five Finger Death Punch, and these are the craziest thing we've ever seen at festivals.
Download Festival. We shut it down the first time in 30 something years. I think Iggy Pop shut it down once, but before that nobody else. And we used to do this thing where we tell the audience to crowd surf up to us and we would shake their hands. And that makes sense in a venue for 5, 6, 7,000 people. It was always fun. But when we have 100,000, out of a sudden you find 15,000 people crowd surfing, and the pit kind of filled up within like a minute with about 3,000 people, and basically they pulled the PA, and the police officers and promoter came on stage and they told us like, look, you have two choices: British jail food, or you guys gonna help us disperse the crowd. So we figured the food already is not my favorite, so we ended up just helping them to disperse the crowd, and we could actually finish but that was pretty impressive, man. That many people crowd surfing, it was out of control.
I remember we played this festival where they decided to hand out promotional footballs. The radio station did, to the crowd, and there was thousands of people there. So you can imagine what's happening when we're playing. We're just getting bombarded with footballs, and they're like, you could tell the crowd at one point went, hey, let's throw them at the drummer's face because he can't move. So they're coming at me the whole show, right? And I'm dodging them, and I'm finally yelling at my drum tech, dude, get out of here. And he's out there basically being a wide receiver, intercepting passes the whole show. I mean, these guys can move because they're on their feet, but I was planted. I'm like, this is brilliant idea to hand out footballs as a promotional thing. But yeah, that happened.
Number 3, okay. We were in Kansas City, and we had about 50,000 people outside festival, and it was raining pretty heavy, and all of a sudden a sod fight broke out. That means like 50,000 people picked up this sod from a national park as far as you can see. Like imagine like a couple of acres of sod, right? And I mean, everybody was covered, like the whole audience. Imagine 50,000 zombies covered in mud and throwing, wet sod at each other's faces. And we had the National Guard, like I'm not even kidding. National Guard had a recruitment, office out there. And we had like, I don't know, like 50 soldiers standing on the front of the stage trying to, block the sod, and then it was out of control. Next day, I think, they had at least $1 million in damages, at least. I mean, it was sod as far as you could see was missing. It was pretty intense. So that was number 3. We had a festival, but when the crowd was separated, like we had maybe I don't know why, a state fair or something. We had 2,000-3,000 people close to the stage, a VIP area. Then like 30 foot of nothing and a rail, and like 40,000 people outside. And Ivan is like, man, what is with the barricade? Who the hell put that stupid barricade up there? And the promoter's like, no, they already see what's coming. Ivan like, just break that shit down. Oh my God. It was like Sparta, man. Like fucking holy shit. They just ran over the barricades. All security guys had no chance. You see yellow jackets disappearing. Oh, that was insane. We never got invited back, so we are actually banned from the festival forever, but hey.
That was a little bizarre.
I have one for you that might happen here today. So we were, in America we have a good few songs on the radio. That rock radio, that obviously rock radio has, we have a little traffic. Hey man. Okay, so rock radio has some level of censorship. They're just not going to play a Slayer song. That's just what it is, right? So they always pick the songs that are more mellow and and more mainstream, right? So we had a couple of pretty big hits, and there was a perception of of Five Finger Death Punch. It's like, yeah, like this rock radio band, right? And this was like the War is the Answer era. Like we had a majority of our songs were pretty heavy. Anyway, so it put us on a festival where we were playing between 311, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and a bunch of it was a radio festival, and the promoters had no idea who they just invited. Like there was no heavy band on the list but us, and literally Snoop was playing before us or something like that. So we hit the stage, and you imagine, it's all families in, Mickey Mouse shirts and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's a Disney kind of audience. And so we hit the stage, and immediately, we bust out with probably one of our heaviest. Ashes was the opening song. And you could see the festival owners and everybody involved, the faces like, whoa, 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 what is this? What's going on? And the crowd is completely frozen and looking like, what is this? But on the side, like around the arena, you can see from the side, you can see black T-shirts are coming down from the side. And all of a sudden, because 40,000 people, there were at least 5,000 metalheads in there. But those 5,000 ran off the stands, got in the middle, and started a 5,000 people mosh pit. And families with their babies were running out of the crowd. It was like an exodus, jumping over the barricades. Like, what is this? They were never confronted with something like that. That was a pretty impressive moment.